We're back. I missed you, man.
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute. It was like 2.5 weeks.
We've been gone.
We've been gone. We've been sick. We've been out. But yeah, you came out with like, what was it? A migraine? You said?
I've never had a migraine until this past week.
Yeah, I've never heard a migraine like as bad as yours. Like I've heard of migraines, but not to the extent that you.
Apparently,
What
apparently
happened?
it's normal.
Is it?
Apparently, throwing up is the sign of the end of a migraine.
Wow, really? I did not know that.
Never had a migraine.
Yeah, that's probably it. Dang.
Nah, I was.
But what?
I don't know. I have no clue what happened. You ever just like get like a random bug?
And you just like what? Show up to work?
No,
Or what was it? After work or before?
It was after work.
Okay.
Yeah. Got home.
Jeez.
And then my body was like, all right. No. And I was like, why? Like, why? What did I do?
Yeah.
And my body was like, you know what? We're going to teach you a lesson.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what I did to deserve this. My head was pounding.
Yeah.
My body was aching.
Yeah.
I broke 2 fevers within 2 days.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And I threw up. Like,
Jeez,
and I hate throwing up.
man.
I hate throwing up with a passion.
Oh, it's the worst.
Like
feeling in the world.
I will hold it until I physically can't anymore. I'm not one of those people that's like, let me just get it over with. I'm not that person. I will fight it until my shoulder pops out. Like no,
Jeez.
I can't.
Yeah, no, throwing up is not fun. But
throwing
yeah,
up.
you were out for how long? What was it, like 3 days?
Yeah, I missed 3 days of work.
Yeah.
But we're on
that was
salary though,
nuts.
so it don't matter.
It don't matter. That's right. Yes, sir. But yeah, because I remember because we were supposed to record that night, and you're like, bro, I can't. I'm like tomorrow we can record, and hold on, I gotta stifle a sneeze. Now I'm getting sick.
Hey, I live in
man.
a different city. It's not my fault.
It's not your fault, I know. But yeah, you're like maybe it'll. I only think it's a cold, so it should pass tomorrow.
It definitely
You
wasn't
wake
COVID.
up. Yeah,
We did a
And
rapid test.
Yeah.
So we're still
'Cause Priya was
surviving.
texting me about that.
We're still
That's
dodging
good.
COVID.
That's right. We still Neo out here. We're dodging all them bullets. Right? But then yeah, you were out for quite a bit. It's funny too, because you kept saying, oh, but I can record. I'm like, bro, no. Just get better.
The show has to go on.
Yeah, we'll get back when we get
The
back.
show had to go on.
So yeah. And the funny thing is like, not to say that you're like getting sick came at a good time, but that week I had a long week. So I was just saying to myself, oh, we have to record, don't we? So I'm like, you ready? And then you said you were sick. And part of me was like, yeah, you got sick, but you don't have to record.
Yo,
You got a week off.
if any of you guys listening to this want a free job where you don't get paid, but you're doing work,
Yeah.
and you want to run the visuals and the audio of this,
And the audio?
by all means.
Let
By
us
all
know.
means. You won't get paid. You get a shout out.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's about it. It's worth it.
Like, man,
60 episodes in almost. So we're
almost
getting there,
60.
right?
So I think it's time we hire an assistant.
Yeah.
And by hire,
We make
again,
no
I
money.
mean you don't get paid.
Yeah, pro bono.
Yeah.
It's an internship. Potentially.
We'll pay you an exposure.
to 149 people.
That's what they tell every artist when they start.
Yeah.
We'll pay you an exposure.
Yeah. But let's talk a little bit about that because I think I don't know if you were feeling it, but there was a point that month, definitely, or at the start of March, I was feeling a little burnt out with just work, and I think it kind of trickled into this.
Oh, I still feel burnout. We're in that fugly stage of life where you have no clue what you're doing. Like I don't know what's going on in life. You know,
Mm.
like I'm at that point where like it's the beginning of life. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like, okay, what? Like this is where we gotta pick something and we gotta go with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, what do we want life to look like? Am I chasing a music dream? Am I chasing a dollar number?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm thinking about kids. I'm thinking about houses. The things that are interesting me now is like sectional couches. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like,
no, dude.
like
I am so invested.
In my head, I see a house. I see a nice living room with one of them big comfy sectionals, a coffee table.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that kind of stuff. And like, how do we get there? I don't know. Right? So I'm working at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I still have dreams of music in my head. I have reality of family, a wife.
Mm-hmm.
At any point could be kids. Who knows? Right?
Yeah. Very true.
And it's trying to figure out what's the priority. And then also throwing fitness in there too.
Yep.
Right?
That's right.
So it's a lot. And then throwing a podcast.
Yeah. It is quite a bit. Yeah. Because for me, it was because at our work, we're so short on daytime staff that I'm covering everything.
Jeez.
So from 7:30 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, and like then in the evenings if they need me for lessons. And then when my only days off are Saturday and Sunday. So, but even then, sometimes I get called in on Sunday at 6 in the morning to come into work because they need somebody, right? So it's that burnout. But as you said, it's that level of saving money, doing stuff because it's the start of your life. It's the start of something that you want to aspire to, something you want to achieve. But yeah, with that, definitely burnout comes a lot of stuff. So like, for example, this podcast, I felt very burnt out at the start of March.
I get it.
It became so, just because we've become so consistent with it, it just becomes like, we know this is what we have to do. It sucks sometimes, but we just know we have to do it. But
that's why we need staff. We need free staff, bro.
We need free staff. But at what point do we acknowledge that it is time to take a break?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
That was I had to ask myself that question because, and it was funny because I was thinking about this past week because I love working at the city, but it has burnt me out. It has. And I've noticed it. And I think, I don't know if it's just a guy thing, because I remember listening to an episode of, shout out to the Big Girl Panties podcast with Brie and Shayna. Shayna was talking about how she took a personal day. She took a day for herself to kind of recuperate. She felt very burnt out of work or whatever it was, but she took that. I wonder if that's again, I could be wrong. I don't know if that's a girl thing, because I don't hear often guys taking a personal day to
like
kind
take
of
care of
recuperate
your life.
Yeah, right? I don't hear that often. So I had to ask myself, I'm like, is that a normal thing? I don't know.
I don't know either. Like I know, like for me, like calling into work those 3 days. Yeah, like Priya can tell you, I was stressed.
Yeah,
the feeling of calling into work with a legit sickness, I feel like I'm letting the team down.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh!
Like
yes.
The feeling of like, dang, I'm calling in sick. In their head, they're thinking I'm not really sick. And I'm just using this day as a freebie, but I actually am sick.
Yeah.
Right? So I get stressed and I get like anxious in my head texting my boss. Yeah. Right? And then the boss responds and he'd be like, yeah, it's cool, whatever.
100%.
And in my head, I'm like, but are you thinking that I'm trash? Like, are you thinking that? Because I'll come in. Right? I'll come in. I'll just try not to cough on you.
Yeah.
But that's
what it was.
me. And I know a lot of dudes like that, especially in like the kitchen industry.
100%. I will tell you this. Like, for example, there was like, what was it? Last week, I had to take a day off because I had to go take my car in to get a new alternator. And I felt bad taking a full day off because I'm the only person that come. And then my boss has to come on deck to guard or find somebody else because I can't come in. So I'm telling him, I'm like, I'm sorry. But I felt so bad internally, even though I'm working like 40 plus hours a week, making sure this building is open. But even in that moment, time for myself to do something that I need or want to do, I feel like bad. I feel ashamed.
Yeah, me too, bro. I feel like it's as part of my responsibility to show up, do the job,
right?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't owe this place my life. Correct. I don't owe them my well-being. That's mine. Mm-hmm. So if I need to take 3 days off and not contaminate food while I'm cooking it, I do that.
Yeah. Do you think it is a guy thing?
I think so. I think it's part of the stigma that guys can't show emotion / weakness and sickness. You're in a weakened state. So for you to be sick means you're less of a man. Because real men will just sniffle through it and go to work. Yeah. And my job in the kitchen, I think any kind of sort of sickness you should call in because we're working with food.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
But I don't know, man. I do think it's a guy thing. No guy,
I agree.
Wants to be sick.
No, and I don't think and that's why I asked myself, because I hear a lot of the time, and again, I'm happy that women do this because I hear more women doing it, taking personal days or things that they need to do for just their well-being. But I've never heard a guy do that in my life. I've never seen or heard a guy. I've
heard guys do it, but they're usually labeled like, you're soft, bro.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's fair. So I asked myself, I was saying, what does it take? Like, where is the point that we just accept that this is what we need?
When we die.
When we do. Well, that's what I mean. I had to. I'm like, if I had to look back at the moments where I really needed the time off, like, you got to push me to the edge.
That's what I'm saying. Like, finally, migraine, can't get up. I'm throwing up. That's when I'm gonna call and be like, you know what? I don't think I can do it.
I can do it, right? And that's what sucks. And I think so. I had to ask, how? Like, where does that change? I don't know where that changes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's in us to not want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Right. And again, I'm not expecting, because I don't even have an answer for that. I just wanted to bring it up because maybe you had a difference of opinion, but clearly, like, it's a lot similar for most guys.
In theory, it makes sense. Like, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
That's why we're on this whole health kick, right? This whole fitness thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to work, nah. I have no clue. But it is true though.
Yeah. So I mean, if y'all know, like, comment, let us know. But genuinely, it was something that would stick to me in the back of my head because, like, not only was it, if I'm sick or whatever, but even it came to the point where asking for time off to do something personally felt like a crime.
Right?
For example, this coming Monday, a lot of, like, one thing I wanted to do more, because potentially for at least the people like Andreas, Daniel, myself, it might be like the last year that we're kind of all together. So I wanted to do stuff as a family, so whatever. So we're gonna go to a Raptors game. And
shout out to my invite, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you're not.
It's a family. It's a family thing. Sorry.
Man's our part of the family, fam.
I'm sorry. We can go another time. You and me will roll up.
Racism.
All right.
You guys don't like black people anyways. It's all good.
Don't speak that. Don't say that about my mother. You can say that about me, but don't say that about my mother.
I may be racist, but my mom is not.
Yeah, my mom. That's right. Say it with chest.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we did that, but to ask for that Monday off felt like a burden. It felt like because it's the start of the week, we're getting back into the swing of things, and it's busy. So to ask for that Monday off, I felt like a lot because because I'm the only one that's at daytime, really, I was taking away from the team, like you said.
Yeah. And you know what I think it is? I think because like I'm a hard worker. Like
right?
I'm one of like the good employees. Like the one that like when I'm there, you're not stressed. You know? So when you're that employee, people look at you like you're that employee. So when you're not there, you feel like it's a bigger hit to the operation than like the trash kid that only works twice a week. If he misses his one shift, we'd probably struggle anyway with you here. So it makes no difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, 100%. So, but it has, like, I've tried to kind of get out of that mindset and just try to do things, especially because with this past year with the vid, and originally my goal was just go places, work just kind of became the thing. I became very complacent in doing things, but I haven't even told you this. I haven't told anybody this really.
Oh, exclusive right now.
Exclusive right now. I'm going to Calgary.
What?
On the end of April.
What? For how long?
For a week.
Who you gonna go see?
So you've met him before. You remember Keenan?
No.
We went to Sausage Party together.
Listen, Eliott, that was so long ago. I know someone came with us. I don't remember what he looked like.
Yeah.
I don't know if I looked at him the whole time, actually.
Well, we were watching the movie. We were dying.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever seen the guy in my life.
Yeah, we were watching all the food have sex. That's what we were watching.
I remember that part.
Yeah, exactly, right? No, anyways. He's lived up in Calgary for the past year and a half, a little 2 years, but he's gotten very burnt out living there. So he wants to come back to Barrie in Ontario. So he and his sister live up there, and he has his Jeep and his sister's car, whatever. He needs to bring both the cars back. And instead of making 2 trips, he invited myself, and then he invited, I think, 2 of his other friends that I don't know who. But I know him from high school, so he's like, come up. We're going to spend the day in Calgary. We're going to go to Banff, I think it's called. Yeah, Banff. We're going to like do some skiing, and then we're going to road trip back to Ontario.
You know there's no brown people in Calgary, eh? It's all white.
Yep, I'm about to be a culture shock to them.
Jeez.
But yeah, and like the thing was, at first I was saying, well, I got to save up money. But then he also offered to pay half our plane ticket. Right? Say less. I was like, this is I kept telling myself, travel, travel, travel. But I kept hesitating. And now this perfect opportunity presented itself. And I can't say no. I'm like, I told my boss, I'm like, I'm gone from the 22nd to the 29th. Made a promise to myself. I'm not here. You got to find somebody else. And she's like, that's amazing. Go do that.
Jeez.
And I was surprised. And normally my boss, I she's a great boss, but she knows she trusts very few people based on their work. Like you said, I'm a good worker. I know that. And so she knows that. And that's why she's more inclined to give me that kind of opportunity. Normally she wouldn't, especially during a session that we just started. She needs her best staff on.
Yo, I hate bosses like that. Last year at Milestone, I don't care. I'll talk trash about Milestones all day. Right. I don't owe them nothing.
Yes, sir. Bring it back.
My stupid chef, I hope he hears this. His name is Anthony.
Yep.
I can't pronounce his last name. It sounds like bread.
Is that?
like focaccia or something like that.
Focaccia 69.
One of them breads. He sounds like that.
All right. Yeah.
It was my birthday. Okay. I'm turning 24.
Oh, okay. Last year.
Yo, let me get my birthday off. Yep. This man's daughter has the same birthday. So he says I can't get it off because he's going to her birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
She was turning 1.
Bruh.
1 year old. This fool,
You know-
and you know what? Let me not call nobody's daughter ugly on. I've never seen her,
Okay.
but this man's daughter won't even remember this stupid 1-year-old birthday party. But I gotta go work
On my 24th.
I can't stand people like that. I don't even want to call him my boss because he couldn't tell me nothing. I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care what you have to say. You want me to do something? No. Don't talk to me.
Yep.
I get upset thinking about him, actually.
Yeah.
But I hate that. Like, I have a life. Be aware that I don't want to do this forever. This is not a career to me.
Yeah.
This is
real.
Like I'm not ending here. So real talk, if push came to shove, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like if the place goes up on fire, I'm not saving nothing. It's all gonna burn.
Job waiting for me. Don't worry about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ask me to do nothing.
Absolutely. But yeah, it was it, and that was the thing when it came to just taking a risk or whatever. When I just asking my boss, being like, "Listen, I'm going. I'm giving you a months ahead of time to let you know I'm going. So just be ready to find whatever coverage you need to find. I won't be here, but I'll be back when I'm back. I won't be there."
Jeez.
So yeah, I'm going to Calgary.
Well,
I don't know what it's gonna be like.
I told you, ain't no brown people there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, other than that, I'm just excited to just see something new.
I mean, I had a coworker. She just went to Banff for like a little 4-day vacation. And I asked her, I was like, "Yo, any like not white people?" And she was straight up. She's like, "Nah." She's like, "Nah, nah. You're gonna be standing out."
Oh boy, people are gonna like me like, "You live here?"
Yeah.
Are you here? Oh dang.
So,
all right.
Good luck.
All right. Thanks, man.
Bring me back something I don't know. I don't know what's in Calgary.
I'll bring you something.
What's in Calgary?
Oil.
Don't bring me back no oil.
I don't know. I'll bring you snow.
Fam, I seen snow.
I know. I still owe you $10.
You do? For what?
$5 for surviving COVID. 5 for spoiling Big Brother.
Oh yeah, true. You're trash for that.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
interest
sorry.
on
That's
that,
my
eh?
bad.
We're probably at like 30 now.
Yeah, honestly, I owe you probably too much.
So I expect 200.
Okay, 30 to 200. Where did this come from?
Oh no, I tried a TIG.
Yeah, didn't work, bro. Take it back. But yeah, what else I was gonna talk about?
Bro, I got a question. I have a question.
Okay, ask it away because I can't remember.
It's been a couple weeks. You guys haven't heard from us in a minute. You don't know what's going on in my life. Let me tell you.
It's true. All right, let's hear it.
I have a problem.
Okay.
Let me tell you what my problem is.
All right.
I grew up around cool people. And when I say cool, I don't necessarily mean like popular cool. Even though the people I grew up around were popular, very popular. Mm-hmm. But I'm just talking about like your personality cool.
You're just chill.
You're chill. Like you're not doing too much. Mm-hmm. I have a problem with people that are not chill.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Listen, I have this coworker. I'm not gonna say their name. They sometimes listen to this. So if you hear this, know that this is what you've brought onto yourself. This coworker, is one of these people who enjoys antagonizing people.
Oh, okay.
Like enjoys the feeling of you're bothering somebody, and to see them getting upset and annoyed with you, and that like gets you going. That's a weird flex to me.
Very.
I don't understand that. I don't come from that. Where I come from, that gets jumped.
Yeah, you get snuffed.
Like you might get smacked in the face from like where I come from. If you're not cool, right? Yeah. And I just don't I don't understand it. This guy wants me to get upset. Out of his mouth, he said it. He wants to see me upset. Jeez. Why? Eliott, why?
Okay. That's
Like this person doesn't know. It's not the kind of upset where like I just yell. You might get smacked.
yeah.
Like, leave me alone. But I don't understand that person.
The one that wants to antagonize people for the sake of just antagonizing.
Yeah. It baffles me. I'm not built like that. Be cool or be gone.
Do you think it's an insecurity of themselves?
It's got to be something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you don't think you're cool enough to just kick it. So you put on this weird facade of like you find pleasure in other people being annoyed, but that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like stay over there with that. Don't bring that near me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Ugh.
That is. Like, see,
and they think it's a game too. Like nobody.
Yeah, like you think nothing's gonna happen. No,
it's like nobody's playing. Stop it.
All right, you can't do that because you will eventually meet the wrong person that will not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and I'm reformed. I'm a reformed wrong person.
Put that on a t-shirt. I am a reformed wrong person. Yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
Like me, like what? 5 years ago, I would have smacked you a long time ago. But I got a position to hold, so I can't smack people.
That's fair. Yeah. That's dumb.
I can't stand it. Dumb. I hate it so much.
Yeah. Like listen, actually, it's funny because I was talking about this with some coworkers today. Because for me, if I'm comfortable with you, I'll throw like banter and shade at you.
Yeah.
And you can throw it back.
Roast between friends.
Cool. That's what I mean.
That's every friend group. Right?
Right? So I said, that's fine. That's cool. But then there are points where it just becomes, there are people who do it with the intention of like hurting somebody or just trying
to get under my skin.
Them. Like, exactly. And those are the people I'm just like, no.
And I won't stop you either. I'm not the kind of guy to be like, oh, I'll play it off like you're not annoying me. I'll let you know.
Oh yeah.
And then it's just on site. Like it's beef. Now I don't want to be around you. Now it's awkward.
Exactly. Yep.
Man.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, because that's the thing. I said if I can throw shade at you and you can't throw it back to me, now I'm just bullying you. Now I'm not gonna do that. We're not gonna be like that,
right?
But it's different.
And with guys, it's different too because of testosterone.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
Like you got you got to read the room sometimes. You know,
right? Can't just throw it and then like right? So yeah, that's weird. That's very weird.
I don't get it. I don't know.
Does he? Is it just to you or is it just to other people?
To everybody.
Oh,
like you're just not cool to be around. I don't know why you think that's funny. It's not. Be better. Yeah, like be a better human. Grow up.
Yeah. How old is this kid?
Too old. Like 20, 21.
Oh. Okay, yeah, too old.
Stupid age. Like
no teen at the end of your age.
Leave me alone. Why are you like? I just like I don't get it. You're behaving like a child, like a 2-year-old.
This guy either has to be convinced that this is a cool persona and he's just known this forever, or he knows that this is wrong, and which is worse.
Right?
Like he either thinks, that's what I mean. He either thinks that this is a cool thing and nobody's told him otherwise, or he knows this is intentional and is much worse, and he wants to get into a fight. He wants to get.
And here's the annoying thing: you know me, people that know me. When I'm upset, I don't hide my upset. You're gonna feel it.
Gloves are off. Yep.
You're gonna feel this. Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah.
So don't bring me there. Why are you bringing me there? We could be cool.
Yeah. For real,
man. Oh
yeah, that is unfortunate.
Like, I know growing up is hard and all, but like grow up
for real.
Jeez, man,
100%. Yeah. Do you find that? Do you think it's become now? Well, you actually never mind. I can't even say that because you said this kid was what, 21?
He's 21.
I was saying, do you think it's becoming worse and more of a generational thing? That these kids just have some balls on them that they just don't care?
I don't know. This guy, like this person used to be like a jock, in high school. So I guess the way they acted
I
in high school never left them. I don't know.
I kind of think it's becoming more of a thing where these kids, just younger and younger, just don't care anymore, and not in a good way.
Like to have respect for people.
Yeah, or just appreciate or know the responsibilities that you have.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, like there was, for example, there was
I don't think it's a new generation thing. I think it's just certain people. I think
so?
I think the majority of times respect is given where respect is due.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't think it's often that people will just randomly go out of their way to annoy you. For no reason, too. It's not even like we had like prior beef or like you know?
It wasn't something you did that you didn't know, and then he's just kind of held.
It's annoying. Like the joke's gone too far. Leave me alone. And read the room. Some days I'm not in the mood. I just want to come. I just want to work. I want to get out. I want to have a chill conversation about whatever it is we're gonna talk about, without having to like jab at each other. Why are we always jabbing at each other? I don't like that. I don't like that kind of relationship. No. I'm not into it.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Is there's levels to the kind of quote unquote shade you can throw.
Yeah,
people don't know that sometimes.
Like sometimes I'm not in the mood. Yeah, I've seen this guy piss off our boss, and in my head I'm like, you're not reading the room right now. Like, enough, cut it. Yeah, we're here to do a job.
Mm-hmm. But people can't take that away. But yeah, that's suck. That's stupid.
You know what else? What else is stupid?
Since,
since we're on work topic, okay, and coworkers.
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah,
the mask mandate is no longer a thing.
Correct.
So
that's actually we should talk about that.
So people's faces.
Okay.
Listen to me, okay?
No.
Listen to me. Everybody is beautiful in their own way.
Oh no.
But my brain created you just a little bit better than
Thank you.
How you actually look.
Someone said
right?
It. Oh man.
When you're like when you're so used to working with people with a mask on covering everything but the eyes, now that the mandate's gone and I can see people's faces, my brain is not computing well.
Yep.
Right? And I'm not saying everyone's ugly. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying what my brain created, what I thought you looked like, is completely off. So now I feel a little bit offended when I see your face. It's not because you're ugly. Let me make that clear. That's not it.
It's just you offended my imagination.
You just kind of switched up the game a little bit. That's all. You you just switched up what I was used to.
Bro, perfect example. Okay. I was at work. I won't say who this is because if they listen to this, and I don't want to be offensive to them, but I was sitting in the office and this person walked in. And this person I've only known with a mask. I've never seen their face because they don't work for us, for the city. They're just somebody that comes on a regular basis. Anyways, this person came in and sat. This is the Monday that came where the mask mandate wasn't a thing. So I didn't have my mask on. I was just chilling.
I was ready.
I know, right? So I was just sitting. Shift was almost over. They usually come in 10, 15 minutes before my shift is over. They were sitting and they had food. And they asked me, hey, are you cool if I take my mask off and I eat? And I'm like, yeah, of course. So I'm like, I asked this person, how's your day going? And then as they're telling me, oh, my day was great, they're dropping the mask. And I look at this and I'm just like, oh, that's great. And then my face went from like, to like, oh, what the hell? I'm like, who is this?
Do I know you?
I don't know. Yo, do I know you? And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real. When I picture in my head, I picture this person with like a sharper jawline.
Yo, your brain will create people.
Right. This person had like a damn turkey gizzard, bro.
Oh
like,
my
I can't.
gosh.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
You don't realize how important the chin is to somebody's face,
right?
Until you see one.
See it, and I'm like, wow, that's just like night and day.
Yo.
Like, I'm not like, I'm sorry. And the thing is I'm like, is this a me thing? And then one of my coworkers came and is like, you see this person?
Oh,
that person's ugly. And I'm like, oh,
it's universal.
No. And I'm like, it's universal. And I'm like, okay, I'm trash for thinking it, but like, I'm justified in it, so I'm okay. But yeah, wow.
Are we foul for that?
People losing their.
Are we wrong for that?
Everyone is beautiful. I don't feel wrong for thinking it.
I know we're not the only people that thought that.
No way.
I bet you everybody who works with people.
Yep. Yeah.
When the mask mandate dropped and you saw their faces,
it
shook you a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It had to have. Yo, I met this one girl one time at Milestones. I met her with a mask on.
Okay.
Right? So, like we've been saying, like my brain creates the face. Right?
Yes.
One day I'm walking in and she's outside smoking. Right? And she's like, oh, hey, Eli. I remember thinking in my head, who this person? Why are you talking to me? Right?
You look around
and then later she walked in with the mask on and I could see like she was coming in from a smoke and I was like, oh, that was her.
Oh, that was her.
I had no clue. But she's talking to me like she knew me because she did. I just didn't recognize her.
You just didn't recognize
without
her.
The mask.
It's so real.
Man. That makes me think, though, Clark Kent's disguise.
Yep, say it.
It ain't that bad. It probably works.
Nope. There was a thing that he did, promotional thing for when the Man of Steel movie dropped. He went into New York City dressed as Clark Kent. Nobody approached him.
Bruh. Our brains will trick us.
Yep.
Real quick.
So, I mean, to be fair, I'm probably people who actually, that was funny. Somebody, when the mask mandate finished, one of the old Aquafit ladies came up to me and she said, "What's different about your face?" And I'm like, hang on. And I'm like, is it the beard? It's like, oh yeah, it just looked like a second mask. And I'm like, oh my God.
Jeez.
Wow.
Jeez.
I was like, oh yeah. So, but no, it's real. It's real. 1,000%.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you feel like you're illegal when you go into a store now without a mask?
Bro, literally Monday morning when I walked into the facility, I felt I was doing something wrong.
Right? Bro, any store we go into right now,
yep.
because it's optional now, right? So some people are still wearing it, some people are not.
Yep.
I walk in and I see the ones with the masks on and I'm like, oh snap. It's the mandates are done everywhere but this building I'm in. That's how my brain plays it out. So I'll be walking down the aisles of whatever and I feel like people are judging me because they can see my face.
Yeah.
That's messed up. We're traumatized.
Yeah. Like for me, like I'm traumatized because every time I get up to go on rotation, I get a twitch in my hand, reach to my pocket thinking that there's a mask.
Oh man, like
it's bad. Like I walk out being like, I'm missing something.
And then here's my question for the other side of the traumatized people. Mm-hmm. When all this stuff started, right? There was the people who were just like, they just believe everything that they're given by the government.
Sure.
Right? Or the news or whatever. Right?
They don't question it. They're just like,
right?
Yeah.
So when this all started, quick, no problems. I'm gonna wear a mask in every situation. Right? And now I'm wondering why are people still wearing the masks? By all means, like wear it if you want to. I don't care. I'm not gonna wear it. Mm-hmm. Right? But I'm wondering why, with the mandates dropped, are people still wearing them?
From what I've heard from the majority of people, it is still a concern of the juk. Like it's not, YouTube's not coming for us. Okay. But I think I agree with you. I like, for me personally, I don't see the need to, but again, if you want to wear it, I don't care. But I get why some people would, because they're still a little precautious, but I also get what you mean. If everything's been lifted and this new variant isn't as bad as the other ones, and it's just like a common cold, you're gonna catch it one way or another.
Or like, why did you put it on in the first place? Like, if when the government says put it on, you listen and put it on, and now they're saying you don't need it, but you're not gonna listen, you're gonna keep it on.
You know what I mean? Brainwash.
What's the rationale of why you're wearing your mask still?
I didn't even think of it that way. Yeah,
Apart
that's actually
people who are
that's
just
a good point.
Like sick people, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, the majority of people, at least where I work, it's a lot of older people that are wearing it, and I get them. Their immune system is a little not as great as most,
and they're on the way
people,
out anyways, man.
So I get that, but I do agree that is an interesting thought. Why are you still wearing it if the government told you you don't need it no more?
I don't know. The psychology of the past 3 years,
it's mind blowing.
Is historic. I don't like. We're all messed up.
Like, if I had to give one word, it would be like complacency. Like, you just become complacent to whatever is, like, we just become numb. Like, we're cool with it. And that's not a good thing.
I don't know. Like this one girl, like I'd say 90% of people at my work are not wearing them anymore. Right?
Sure.
Like my work,
same here.
Work, we're like, we hate masks.
Dude, I work in a 90-degree building.
Bro, we work in a kitchen.
In a kitchen,
right?
Of course. Why would you
wear it? My owner was like, the day that these masks are lifted, we're burning them. Like, he was ready, right? But this one girl walks in. She has her mask on still. And she's like, oh, am I the only one? But she kept wearing it. And I didn't want to get into it because I don't like talking about these things at work. Yeah. But I was wondering in my head, like, why are you keeping it on still? Mm-hmm. You know? Like, I don't know. I have no clue.
I agree. Like, the amount of people that came up to me who were like afraid to approach me because I didn't have a mask on.
That's
because
crazy.
They were concerned, right? They came up and she's like, "Are you okay if I come to you?" I'm like, "Yeah."
This world is
like, it's okay,
nuts, bro.
It's nuts, bro. It's like, because now you have to, like, it's the whole risking not offending somebody or not doing something that they're not comfortable with. And I'm like, welcome to the real world.
I'm offended by offense.
We said this.
I'm offended by the amount of offense.
Like, is some,
I seen this Facebook forum.
Oh, boy.
I'm not gonna say it because it's people like we know.
Yeah.
But I seen this one forum and they were arguing about something.
Yep.
And man, when that offense gets you, people start what does Ben Shapiro say?
Facts don't care about your
feelings. Yeah. And I hate bringing in feelings into a factual argument.
Mm-hmm.
I get that feelings exist. But can we just argue with facts only?
Objectively, yeah.
Because objectively, I don't care if you're offended. I'm not putting this mask on.
Yeah.
So whether I'm okay with it or you're okay with it, if we have to interact, someone's going to be offended. I'm not putting it on. I'm sorry. I don't have to. There's no rule. The rule says I don't have to. So facts don't care about your feelings.
Let's go.
That's how I feel about it right now.
Run it. There you go.
That's how I feel.
I mean, talking
I'm not gonna sneeze in your face. Like, I'm not gonna be talking like right up in your face. Like I talked to Priya.
We're gonna be like we were before this ever happened. Normal.
Back then, I didn't talk in your face either.
Yeah, that's true. Well, why would that change? Right? I mean, talking about that whole, like, it brought up the sparking of, like, people having big debates on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I think
don't argue over the internet. That's what I think.
Thank you. Okay. Yep. I think it's dumb. I don't think anybody gets their point across correctly, or
you'll never win an argument online. Just don't.
That's why. Right? Have it in person and just don't have it online. Because everybody gets offended. Everybody does this. And nobody gets their real point or whatever across without something. Ever. If nobody in the history of ever has had a successful argument online. No one. Prove it to me.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
I've had a moment one time where I was going through the comment section of something, and I seen this guy I don't know why this one comment stuck out to me.
Sure.
And he was saying something weird and like something dumb that I knew was ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
And what it required was an actual conversation with this person and not a back and forth over the comment section.
Or calling him a name because he did. Yeah.
Because low key, arguing in the comment section is like fighting in front of the school.
That's a good way to put it.
Like you don't want to lose. Like you gotta knock me out.
Yeah.
like there's no smooth talking this over in front of the school. We're like everyone's hyping us up right now.
Right? Because that hangs over your head for the rest of your life.
So this person, I remember, I don't know why, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna DM this person. I've never met the person in my life. DM them. I was like, yo, listen. We were just talking. I figured talking here would be a little bit more calm. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Here's my actual thoughts. Here's my thoughts about what you're saying that I do believe is true, but here's where I think you're a little bit mistaken. Right? And we had a little back and forth. Person ended up following me. They understood it. And boom, it was done.
Done.
You know
Easy. I mean? People forget that having one-on-one conversations does more change than everybody like mixing in the pot.
Like don't tell me your thoughts online. Don't.
No.
Because I'm not like I can't read your tone. I can't read your intent. I can't read your emotion in the moment. I don't know if you're just upset about something you read wrong, something I said wrong. Like I don't know.
Yep. And that goes for everything, like anything in regards to like hot topics of politics, religion, society. I don't care. Don't have that online.
Don't do it. Just avoid it.
It's the dumbest thing you can do, unless you're intentionally trying to troll. Which, in case, I don't even want to talk to you. Period.
But yeah, you're one of them people.
yeah.
Like, why you want to be a real life troll, fam? Right? You ever seen a troll?
That's so lame.
You ever seen one? They're ugly. Don't be like that.
Under the bridge, bro.
Man. Stay under the bridge.
Nah. For real. Right. All right. I wanted to get to this story, and I'm going to preface this right now. This talks about something pretty serious. So if for some reason this offends you, I'd skip this part or whatever. But a friend of mine, and I'm a big, for those of you who know, I'm a big fighting fan. I'm a big UFC fan.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard about this story, this was like legit. Okay. So because the question, I'm going to ask the question, and if a situation occurred, what would we do hypothetically? Right. Okay. So again, already prefaced, this is a pretty serious topic. So this is something that is either traumatizing or whatever. I would just, trigger warning.
If you get triggered by whatever he's about to talk about, just cut it off.
Cut it off. I've let you know. Okay. So anyways, Cain Velasquez. I don't know if you're aware of who he is. He's an old.
I know who Cain Velasquez is.
Oh, fantastic. He's a UFC heavyweight champion. That's right. Yep. Anyways. So I don't know if you've heard anything
did he pop
recent
out
about
Frank
him.
Mir's arm or something? Was that him?
Yes. Yeah.
I know Cain Velasquez.
Okay, so Cain Velasquez. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard anything about.
Did he get arrested
recently? Yes, we're going to talk about that. Okay. So all you know is he's been arrested?
I just saw a picture of him doing the walk.
So he's been arrested. Okay. But the reason why, and I'll explain this. Okay. There was he has a very young daughter who goes to this daycare. And the person who was taking care of his daughter sexually molested his daughter there. Okay. The report says apparently, according to that, over 100 times.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Right. Repeatedly molesting this person.
Is this person a dude or a girl?
So this is a dude.
Oh no.
This is a dude. Okay. And apparently this is not the first time this person, from what I'm reading here, is not the first time that the person who sexually assaulted his daughter has done this before. It's been multiple times.
Okay.
So what happened is that Cain Velasquez found out about this, and normally, listen, I don't know what a regular person would do in this situation, but Cain Velasquez is a heavyweight champion of the world.
He's a big boy.
He's a big guy. Okay. And his daughter is like 2 or 3 years old.
Oh no.
Right. To hear this, right? So he found out about this, and in a fit of rage, he tracked him down and he brought a gun. And he found him and he started shooting at him. He shot someone, but he shot the person's father, not him. Okay. So, and he fired a gun several times at the truck carrying him. He was in the car, his mother and his stepfather. Right. So the stepfather was driving the car and he was the only one struck in the incident. So, and that's what happened. So now he's facing prison time and he's facing weapon charges and whatever. So now this has become a controversy of the situation, the reason why he did it, and taking matters into his own hands. Right. So, for example, Joe Rogan on his podcast was talking with Michael Bisping, who's the former middleweight champion in the UFC. And they were talking about how beyond sick this was. And that the person who did this to Cain's daughter deserved everything that was coming to him, everything and then some. The only thing that Joe wished that Cain did was that he did it with his hands.
I was thinking that
he just ran the car off the road, pulled the guy out of the effing car, and beat him to death. And even then, and Bisping added, and even then, that would have been too good for him, right? So. And I mean, it's a horrible situation, beyond horrible. But I ask, and I hope, again, I pray to God that no one is ever put in this situation. But is he justified in what he did?
In whose eyes?
I don't know.
In the law? No.
No, in the law. He took the law into his own hands.
No. I think in the eyes of the streets, though. Fam, like, you gotta go, like, I don't know. I'm surprised he pulled a gun. I'm surprised he didn't. Well, he didn't like beat his face in.
Yeah,
right. Ex-heavyweight champion, he could have beat his face in.
Curb stomp that thing to the ground. Right. So now, because the question was asked on his podcast, like, what do you think the everyday person would do in a situation like that?
I think the same thing, or some sort of violent something. Whether you have a gun or you don't have a gun. I think any dad would do the same thing.
I agree. Like, I think any dad, regardless son or daughter, would be prepared to go to prison.
Yes.
Would be prepared to die to deal with whatever monster did that.
I agree.
Right? So, and now the whole world, like, again, people are torn now because at the same time it's like, people are saying, well, we can't praise Velasquez for doing something that, again, was out of the law. But a lot of people have come out. A lot of UFC fighters like Dana White, a lot of people have come and supported him, being like, nah, he did what was right in his eyes, and he shouldn't go to prison because.
See, I don't know if I'm praising him.
That's what I can't praise somebody for.
I'm not condemning him either.
Yeah, well, exactly, right? I can't condemn something like that for a father to do something that he feels is right.
Like, I don't condone it, but I don't condemn it either at the same time.
Yeah.
Should he go to jail? Yes. I mean...
Yeah, it's a law.
Yeah.
Like, that's why laws exist.
I think, like, to me in that moment, it's like, okay, you did this. I'm going to respond knowing that this is going to be the consequence. The consequence is worth what I'm about to do. Not... I did this. I don't deserve the consequence. You still did. Like, you still shot, right?
Right.
So you're gonna pay for that somehow. But in the eyes of the streets just being not the law, I think majority of people will not be upset with him.
Right. I saw this and I was in the same boat. I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, like, I wish you didn't use a gun. I wish, like, that was not a part of the situation. But again, like, I can't take away how you felt.
No.
Any person would feel that way too. And then as I read the story, I kind of thought to myself, if that's just the regular everyday Joe who would think to do that, how would you think the reaction would be? Do you think it would be any different for, like, us as Christians?
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You ever seen the shirt or the meme that's like, I'm saved, but I got hands?
No, yeah. I heard of that shirt. Yeah.
That's a saying for a reason.
Yeah.
I think there's certain people who would probably bite their tongue. I don't think it would have anything to do with being a Christian or not. I think it's just your temperament. But if it was me, I'd probably go to jail too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to prison.
I'll take it. Because you do that, you get to prison, and they find out what you did. No one's gonna bug you.
No one's. They
respect you for that.
Like I beat the crap out of the person that did something to my daughter. Yeah, no, nobody did that. But yeah, that's a story that's been going around. I mean, it happened 2 weeks ago, but we haven't been able to record. Sure. But yeah, it was a story that like was gut wrenching when I heard it, but at the same time, I'm like, bruh, like of all the people, Cain Velasquez, like the heavyweight champ, like you're gonna like, of course this was coming, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, it's a tough subject.
I think my final thoughts are, I don't condone it, but I don't condemn it either.
Yep, 100%. Know what it is,
bro? I could finally ask you.
Okay.
It took a while of convincing, but we made it. Now, Camargo, I need to know.
Okay.
You watch Bel-Air?
All right. So, I have watched Bel-Air. I binged it all on Sunday.
Are you caught up?
How many? I've seen up to 5 episodes.
Episode 6. So
how many? Okay, beautiful. So I need to watch that. So I've seen 5 episodes. I think it is awesome, and this is for somebody who never really watched the original. I love it.
It's so good, right?
I like it. I think it's great. So I appreciate for you suggesting it. But yeah, I think the tone of it's great. It's not overly political, which I love. It's very like still grounded in a family and Will trying to build himself up to be something. Carlton can go kick rocks.
Spoiler alert. Before he talks about it.
Yeah. He's a bum. But yeah, I think they were all cast great. I think they were yeah. It's fantastic. I love it.
That's what I like to hear. Yo, I'm the GOAT when it comes to putting people onto things. I'm telling you.
It's very true. It's very rare that I like, especially when it comes to music, it's very rare that I recommend something to you, but you recommend something to me all the time.
I'm like a life A&R.
That's a good way to put it.
I have good taste in things. Okay? Yeah. There's a lot I haven't experienced, but what I have, if I'm putting you onto it, chances are it's fire. I put Eliott onto a new artist. Lucky Day.
Woo!
Bro.
This guy.
Come on.
He's in top 10 for me already.
Bro, he might be my top 5, bro. Woo! He might be my top 5. Lucky Day?
Yeah. Lucky Day hits hard.
Listen,
bro.
For those of you who don't know, Lucky Day is R&B mixed with funk, mixed with jazz, mixed with new school swag. If you're into any of that kind of stuff merged into one, it's for you. If you like screamo music, then he's probably not for you.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, and it's true because he's also got big features on him too. He got Lil Durk on there, and yeah, like this man is.
He's an artist. Like, like the label is taking care of him. Yeah. They're doing their thing properly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. But going back to Bel-Air, and I think that, and again, this is just based on my personal experience, but I think having, like, how do I say this? Having, like, for example, like friends like you, Joel, Nikisha, who are Black, who had that experience, and watching this show did help a lot in the sense of like, oh, this is like, I recognize this kind of style because this is what I'm around. This is my environment. So I thought that was cool too.
Wait, what do you mean?
So for example, mannerisms, just the way that people act, like it's cool. It's chill. And that's usually the way that you guys are around with me. And it's the friend group that I hung around. So when I saw on the show and there were certain like jokes or stuff and people just said things, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like The Crew. I like this. I get it.
Yeah, okay.
Right? I think that for an average person who doesn't have like black friends, for example, I feel like would kind of be put off or maybe wouldn't get some of the jokes that are listed.
But see, that's why Fresh Prince, the original one, was so good. Because that show transcended every race.
Correct.
Everybody liked Fresh Prince. Right?
Yeah.
So with the new one, whether you saw the first one or you didn't, it has a good story to keep you regardless. But if you saw the first one, you're going to want to watch this one.
That's very true.
You know?
Yep, absolutely. 100%. The other thing, actually, kind of start wrapping up, I wanted to talk about Love is Blind. Let's talk about it. We got two shows to talk about. I haven't finished Love is Blind yet, but I've gotten halfway. But I saw the first season and I'm like, I'm hooked. Okay. What do you think of the process?
Ooh. I feel like Priya should be here for this one. But
do you want to save it? Do you want to save it? Because we can dedicate a whole episode to that.
Nah.
All right. Let's talk it briefly. What do you think?
We'll
of
give
the
a little
process
bit,
of
and then
Love is... All right. Another time we'll talk about it. Yeah. What do you think of the process of Love is Blind?
Well, okay. Well, first of all, for those of you who don't know what Love is Blind is,
I would hope you would, but yes, go ahead.
It's a dating show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the premise is everybody, guys and girls, they start out in these little cubicles, side by side, but they can't see each other. So they're talking through like a wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the point is to build a connection with somebody without ever seeing them.
Nothing physical.
It's based on emotional connection.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the connection is strong enough, you then have the choice to engage this person without ever seeing them. Right?
Yeah.
If
like
they get
to
engaged,
marry.
Yeah. If they get engaged, they get to see each other once, and then they get to spend the next, like, what is it? Couple weeks?
It's like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, I think, yeah.
In this, like, nice honeymoonish kind of vibe. In person now, meeting each other. And then they get to meet each other's families, and then they get to a wedding. And at the wedding, then you can decide, are we actually going to get married? Or are we, like, ending it?
No.
That's the premise of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thoughts on that.
Okay.
I think the concept is great. I think it's a phenomenal concept, not for marriage.
I agree.
I think it works well to start dating somebody. I think they expedite the process and create different problems by speeding up the marriage process.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like if the show was simply just like quick. Meet you, build a connection. Now I want to see if like we're compatible, like outside of not seeing each other. I think the dating part would be phenomenal. I think it would be high numbers of success. Yeah. But because after they build a connection, they have to get engaged. That's where I feel like the problems come.
Yeah, and I mean, when I watched the first, I haven't finished it, but watching the first season, that's how I kind of felt too, is where the pods,
you're not even on the second
getting
season?
to know each other. No, I am on the second season, but I'm halfway. Yeah. But I'm just based on the context of the first season.
I even watched the first season.
It's all right.
Priya put me on this show.
I've enjoyed the second season more.
This is not a show I would ever watch by myself. She's like, you should watch it. I was like, all right. And then,
yeah. So I love the first like 3 episodes where they focus on the pods, the relationships, how they deal with that. And then when they get to the resorts, when they move into the apartments, when they meet the family, the friends, etc. For me, it kind of falls off a little bit because it takes away, it rushes to, like you said, it rushes it too much. And it starts becoming, to me, a little more like scripted reality TV to me. Whereas what we were watching in the pods, there was real drama. There was like emotions, everything. So I agree. I feel like they could stick to that and then follow them in the dating scene. Follow them in that. Don't just rush to marriage because 9 out of 10 times, most people aren't ready for marriage in 2 weeks.
Right? Kim Kardashian has proven that numerous times.
Okay. 78 days and then divorced. Like, come on. Right? So I agree. The show's premise is great because you can do this for season after season with brand new people and everything. But I think, the marriage is, and I get they have to because
it's a show. At the end of the day,
it's a show. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, they're gonna get married. I gotta watch to the end, right? But in comparison to, for example, like a show that like Love Is Blind, or not Love Is Blind, sorry, Too Hot to Handle, where it's all it's so scripted that you can just tell.
That show is foolish, right? Trash.
I love it because it's dumb, but it's so scripted. You can tell it's fake. You can tell, right?
That whole that whole scene where they were grabbing each other's junk.
This is junk? Nah, man. Yeah.
Man, like that please. Was foolishness.
Yeah. Right? So like with this show, it's genuine. Like people want to find connections. They want to know if this is the person. So I love the concept of that. I love it. But yeah, I agree. They need to kind of, marriage is too much. It's too much.
All right. So wait, how far are you?
They just finished at the resort and they just moved in.
So have they met the parents yet?
No.
All right. Dang, I got questions for you, but you got to finish season 2.
Yeah, I'll binge it. We can talk about it next week. I'll binge it.
All right.
Because then,
and I'm gonna bring Priya in.
All right, done. We'll bring it next week. We'll talk
Priya
about
always has a opposing thought than I do.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Well, no, it's not opposing, but like my thoughts are a little bit more aggressive. Priya's are more delicate, and there's understanding.
In regards to like what, meeting the parents, or just like
guy girl topics.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Like Priya is so pro woman, you know, and I'm pro woman too. But like,
yeah.
Y'all heard the feminist episode.
Yeah, you know what we about,
right?
Okay, it what it is, right? Yeah.
I gotta talk to you about Shake. And what's her name? Deep T.
Oh, Shaking. Oh, dude, listen, Shake pissed me off.
Shake pissed you off.
Pissed me off.
Why?
Yeah.
No. I can't get into it. You have to finish the show.
Okay. Damn it.
You have a week.
No, don't get me wrong. All right. I will say this. Shake, like the first 2 episodes pissed me off. He's kind of changing on me a little bit.
All right.
Okay, we'll get. Damn it. Okay, we'll get to.
And make sure, like, when you finish the show, you don't just finish it, but like you watch the little reunion episode at the very end. The reunion,
yeah. I always forget to do that with most reality TV. I will watch it.
I don't usually care about it either, but for this one, for the sake of this pod and talking about it, you have to watch it. Yeah.
All right, bet I'll watch that too. Okay, close that out quickly because we're talking about reality TV. We got to talk about what you sent me last night, bro.
Oh what
my the hell was
goodness!
That?
Oh my goodness! Let me tell you guys a story.
We gotta talk.
Okay? Let me tell you a story. It's not sus, I promise.
It's gonna sound sus when you tell this story, bro.
Listen, okay? So, me and Priya, whenever, like, we like to watch TV together, right?
I love that.
So, we're like, you know what? It's late. We don't really want to start a movie. Let's find, like, a new show to watch, right? We love reality TV.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
So we have a subscription to Hey You. You ever heard of Hey You?
No.
It's pure reality TV. You got Kardashians, you got the Real Housewives of all 52 states. Like that's what Hey You is, right? Okay. So I'm scrolling through it, but hey, the Hey You subscription is on Amazon as well. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I'm scrolling through and I'm thinking I'm on Amazon, not realizing I'm on the Hey You thing. Right? So I'm seeing exclusively Hey You things, but I'm thinking I'm on Amazon page. Okay?
Yeah.
So scrolling through, and I get to this one show and it says Naked Attraction. So I'm like, ooh, what's this? Right? So me and Priya, we're reading the description of it. And it's a dating show. Right? But here's the here's the crazy premise. They have to meet naked. So I'm like, this sounds interesting, right? So I'm thinking though, it's gonna be like your typical TV nudity, right? Like
like censored and
censored, blurred. We just get the concept. Yo, I put this show on, and I kid, like, listen. Listen to me, okay? We were flabbergasted. We were flabbergasted. They take one person. This person is then put in front of 5 different people. Each person is in a little like cubicle,
like a pod. Yeah,
right. And you can't see them, and the pod will raise the face up, but gradually, and the person has to pick their date based on what they look like naked.
So literally the opposite of Love is Blind. It's all physical.
But I kid you not, this was like naked, like not censored. Like they had full vagina, full penis, full bush, like everything. And yo, we're sitting there and we're like, what is this show? But now we're curious. We're like, what are they gonna judge them off of? You know?
Yeah. You dived in this
right?
far. You go in a little deeper.
So we commit to one episode, right? Yeah. And I'm watching it, and so it starts with round 1, right? So round 1, you're gonna get to only see their genitals, right? So this one guy,
what a round!
This one guy is now looking at a bunch of vagina, right? And vagina from trimmed and slim to chunky and everything, bro.
Yeah.
And there's no censors. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, how did they manage to like get people to do this
and get it on air?
Right? So round 1, he only sees the private parts, right? And it's not just guys picking girls, like it's girls picking dudes. So there's like a whole slew of just schlongs hanging, right? Big schlong, little, like big, it's crazy. But so round 1 only sees that. He gets to now pick somebody who he doesn't want to date off of just seeing their privates.
Jeez.
So he picks this one girl, and he's like, it's too close to what I'm used to. But he was a virgin, so I don't know what the criteria really was. But he kicks this one girl out. And when the girl gets kicked out, she now has to walk in front of him and talk to him. But she's naked. Right? Yeah. So she walks off. It's weird. Next round, it shows the midsection. So now you're seeing from neck down, just nudity.
Yeah.
Right? So now he has to pick based off of the boobs. Some of the boobs have piercings in them. Some of them don't have piercings. Again, some of these girls are bigger. Some are smaller. It's a whole, it's a variety, right? Mm-hmm. So he picks the next girl, sees her whole body. She walks up. They talk a little bit. She's out, right? Mm-hmm. Now, 3rd round, he gets to see their faces. It's legit like reverse engineering on the relationship, right? So he's seeing their faces now, and again picks one to go, right? So the last round now, he gets to hear their voices.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. So he gets rid of them, and now there's only 2 girls left. So these 2 girls now, they're butt naked. Like there's a whole production crew, like filming this, right? Jeez. Like I don't like I'm flabbergasted, right? So these 2 naked girls are standing there, right? And here's the kicker. So now they get to see homeboy naked. So this guy leaves and he comes back and he's butt naked, right? And now as he's naked, he gets to pick which girl he wants to go with. The show is crazy. But I'm like, you know what? I have to send this to Eliott. Because I was going to text you and be like, yo, just watch this show and give you no context. But then I remembered it was on a subscription, so you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
So I start snapping it, right? And the trifling part of me is like, I'm gonna make sure I send him some ding-a-ling just to upset his day, just to upset him with no context, right? But I'm sending him this show, and I'm like, bro, like what is happening right now? It was crazy.
I was in my bed trying to sleep. I had a long day and I had to wake up early. And I've learned that if I get a notification on Snapchat from EJ, but it's multiple, I'm about to see some foolishness. I notice. I just know
I'm
it's a
sending him
fact,
some sort of show.
right? Yeah, it's some show and some foolishness, and I'm about to just go along for the ride. So I'm like, all right. So the first clip this man sends me is the same guy, and it's all these women, and I'm like, bro, what are you sending me? Like, what is this? And it's like he's explaining it's a reality show where you just pick based on physical attributes, on just physical connection.
Just straight
I'm like,
naked.
holy crap,
Nunga.
naked,
That's it.
right?
Skin.
And then I think it's over. Then I got another one. I'm like, all right, maybe it's the results. No, it's just the midsection, and it's just a bunch of. It's just a bunch of. And I'm like, bro, it's 11:30. I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm just seeing some uneven. I'm seeing some uncircumcised. I'm seeing some circumcised penises. I don't know what I'm looking at, and I'm just like, what is this?
I had to share it with you, bro. I can't.
Oh,
I can't.
bruh.
I couldn't just sit there and discover this show of wild proportions and not let you know about it.
Like, and see, the worst part was as I went to, I'm like, I'm intrigued now. Now I have to kind of watch an episode, right? I can't not. I'm in it now. I have to at least watch an episode to see this process.
Listen, let me tell you guys something about what I'm discovering about life.
Yeah,
I don't give a fluff what any of you guys think about me.
Facts.
What you think about me doesn't affect how much money is in my bank account, so I don't care.
Yes, sir. Speak it loud.
Right? Real talk. This show was interesting. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there watching this girl dissect the dingaling.
Yep.
I don't know about any of you guys. I bet you've never sat down with a girl and asked her what is the impressive part of a dingaling. I guarantee you've never done that. So for like educationally, I'm sitting there, I'm like, what do they like about it? Right?
It's true.
Right? And she's talking about different things, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I start talking to Priya. I'm like, wait a second.
Yo, what are you? Pause.
Like,
we pause this show.
I'm like,
you let me know right now.
Is this true? Right? And then I'm watching the guy, and he's picking the girls, and I'm wondering if he's picking like based on like how I would pick. Like, bro,
yeah,
the human body is fascinating, but it was like at first it's a little sus. But the fact I was watching it with Priya, I was like, okay, you know what? I feel a little bit safer right now.
It balances it out.
You know? It was interesting. We didn't watch episode 2. like we stopped. We're like, you know what? But get the kicker. The episode I sent you, Eliott, was season 5, bro.
I'm sorry. Whoa.
It was season 5.
Wait, they did 5 seasons.
It wasn't even like this show's not gonna last. No, fam. See, there's 5 seasons of it.
Broskies, what?
This show's been around.
And it's a British show, so that's
it's
why
British. That's why. Like it was weird. Like Americans don't do stuff like that.
Nope. You got Naked and Afraid, but that stuff is censored.
That's what I thought it was gonna be.
No,
I'm thinking it's gonna be like TV kind of naked. No, like when the dude was looking at the girls and stuff, they were talking about like specific parts of it, and the girl spread open. Yeah. And the camera zoomed in, and we're like, "What the fluff?
Like
what? Like that's crazy."
I'm like, yeah, like how do you, like you gotta really not care about what people think to do a show.
That's
like
a different level of confidence right there. Shout out to those people.
Shout out to British people. You just don't care. For real. But yeah, that show. Listen, I'm intrigued.
I'm not gonna say go watch it, but if you ever happen to watch it. It is what it is. Like, embrace the moment. Embrace the moment.
Listen, I can't go on living and not at least watch one episode.
Hey, dude,
like, you sent me this. I'm in.
It was interesting. It was interesting to say the least.
I'm gonna give it a watch. I'll watch one episode and we can talk about it.
It was crazy.
Jeez, but yeah, I got a screen full of last night in my bed, and I was like, all right,
listen. Here's my advice for people. If you ever feel like you're doing something that you think is sus, just check your bank account after.
Yeah. Yo,
if it's the same as it was before, then it's okay to be
No.
sus. Because
it's okay. Listen, you gotta be oh my God. You gotta be sus with the homies, bro. You gotta be sus with the homies sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm
what?
dead. Gotta be sus with the homies sometimes. Alrighty, well, we'll wrap this up. This strange and interesting episode back with question of the week. Question of the week.
Dang, I don't even have one.
How much would you do the show for? Nah, man. You could pay me money to do that show.
Nah, I wouldn't do it.
No amount of money.
Nah, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, well, you got to pick a different question then.
I was going to ask one to what we were talking about at the beginning of the episode.
Burnout?
No.
We're talking about jobs, work, picking.
What were we talking
asking
about?
for a personal day? Personal day?
Yeah. Do you feel weird calling in sick to work?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what guys and girls will vote.
And are you a girl or a guy?
Yeah.
That's my question of the
That's
week.
true.
Do you feel weird calling
Question
in
of-
sick to work?
Yep, absolutely.
Or do you feel
I
like
still
illegal
do.
for doing that?
I still do. Even though I know when I'm sick, because I'm rarely sick.
Me too.
When I'm sick, right? And so I still feel weird about it.
Yeah.
It's weird. But yeah, there it is. Question of the week. If you guys are really sick and you have to call in, do you feel weird about it? Is it a weird thing to call because you feel like people think that you're lying?
Yeah.
Or-
like do you feel like a liar?
Yeah. Do you feel like a liar when you know the truth?
Like I gotta go look in the mirror and be like, wait a second, I really am sick.
That's right. Achoo.
Achoo. Listen to my sneeze.
Cough, cough. But yeah, there it is. Anyways, guys, we're back finally. Hopefully, no more hiatuses. But
I'm
you
fine
got
now.
comments, topics. Yeah, we're all
I mean,
good.
I got a
You
little
can let-
tickle in my throat. That's it. But
I do too. I can't even front. I got like an itch in the back of my
Yeah.
throat, and I have a little bit of a runny nose.
I'm still not putting on no mask.
Yes, sir. I'll offend.
If you're offended, sucks to be you. Still,
Put the mask on your eyes. You won't see.
exactly. Just blink a lot.
Blink a lot. Hell, move fast. But anyways, comment topics, other things that you want us to talk about. You can DM us at conflict and interest on Instagram, or you can email us at conflictandinterest@gmail.com. Follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts as well. Leave a written rating on Apple Podcasts. Really does help boosting promotion and advertising for the show. As well, we're on YouTube. Full visuals will be up there with all the chapters and everything. But anyways, EJ, where can they find you at, man?
Instagram, this is Juwan96. You know the phone number. If you don't, then
That's right.
sucks to be you. Same old, same old. Ain't nothing new under the
That's right.
sun. I feel better. Go watch Naked and Afraid. Wait, no. Wait, what's it called?
No, not Naked and Fried. I don't know.
Naked Attraction.
Naked and Fried.
Go watch it.
Naked Attraction.
Go learn something
That's right.
about the human body.
Get interested
Exactly.
with it.
And remember,
Right, call in-
remember, if you do something sus and your bank account hasn't changed, it's all good.
It's all good. Oh, man. Words to live by. But anyways, thank you so much for listening. We will catch you guys next week.
Yeah, that show's crazy, bro.